What's up, everyone? Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course. As you can see from the title of this video, I will be talking about the very interesting audio that the original Straight No Chaser had of Arionne dissecting Martell's fake dating with Sheree Whitfield from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And shout out to the original Straight No Chaser. You definitely have a knack for getting Arionne to open up. And I thank you for being so generous and sharing these recordings with us. I know that it makes for bomb content on your channel, and then it also allows bloggers like myself to give commentary. So here it goes. Now, before we dig in deep, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video. It will cause YouTube to recommend this video to more people who like to analyze side chicks who are acting like they're having this awakening. And also, if you have not already done so, please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. I would love to have you when I go live. I mostly go live to do TV show recaps. Sometimes I did a live recently about the manosphere. I've done a few reality TV star interviews. I made a list tonight after work when I was at the park and I was journaling about some people that I would love to interview. And so definitely check me out and subscribe. All right, so with that being said, let's dig right on in. So Arionne, her and the original Straight No Chaser were talking, and OSNC was giving her thoughts on several different angles of Martell and Sheree. And, she was original Straight No Chaser was saying, some people are saying that they're living together. I don't think that they are. It's way too soon, to even say that they know each other that well. And Arionne's like, no, I don't think he's moved in with Sheree. Now, Arionne did say that Martell was still taking her out on dates. So of course he is, Arionne. I have always felt like ever since she has had Knox, that Martell is even being cordial with her because he doesn't want her putting him on child support. Martell doesn't want Arionne going through the courts to get child support for Knox because then she would be the one in control, right? Martell is a control freak, especially when it comes to women. And I'm going to dig deeper into that. But I feel like he's cordial enough with Arionne so that she does not go through the courts and get child support from him. And, I feel like they meet each other, in the bedroom. And I think that he whispers sweet nothings in her ear to get her to go along as well. So that's why I think she is so hurt over his fake dating with Sheree. And even if Arionne knows that it's fake dating, I do feel like in the back of her mind, she is also still embarrassed and hurt because she wants it to be presented like they are the couple. And he's not doing that. So Arionne actually had to bring up Martell eating her butt. I feel like that is a sure sign of no class. Now, don't get me wrong. Like if two people are attracted to each other, they both have high sex drives, do what you want to do in the bedroom. But why don't you keep it there? Hey, I am a bedroom candy consultant. I encourage women to love themselves, if you know what I mean. Okay, love yourself on the wellness side, on the mental side, and on the physical side. So I get it. There's nothing wrong with being a freak, but am I talking about it in a crass way? Absolutely not. And I never understood why Arionne had to say the things that she and Martell do in the bedroom. I'm sure that she thought she was hurting Melody's feelings, but Arionne just made herself just look so trashy and ghetto and just, nasty by bringing up the things that she and Martell do. Is so unnecessary. I'll be so happy when she grows out of that. So then Arionne said that Martell has been doing her wrong for a while. But what did she expect? She is the side chick. So what fascinates me about this audio is that she is opening up to the original Straight No Chaser, saying that Martell has been disrespecting her for a while. It just did not start with him publicly fake dating Sheree Whitfield. But because he has gone public with Sheree and they're pretending to be a couple, it is making Arionne be honest about how he treats her. But again, what was she expecting? It's like the saying, you lose him how you got him. And he was married when you got with him, Arionne. So why would you think that he would treat you with respect and honesty? Why would you think that he would commit to you when he could not stay committed to his wife? That's just basic math to me. Now, Ariane admitted that Sheree looks good. Sheree is 53, I believe. I want to say her birthday is in January, and it seemed like during the Carnival 19 that year was the year that she turned 50. So I believe she's 53. And if her birthday isn't in January, it's in the beginning of the year. I want to say like that first quarter. A few of those Real Housewives of Atlanta women, their birthdays are right in the beginning of the year. Nene, Kenya, Sheree, and Cynthia. Hers is in February, like mine. She's a Pisces. They're all like right there together. So, and Sheree is someone who loves to work out. We have always seen that about that girl. I'll never forget when I binge watched season 4 of Roa, and Kim Zolciak had just had KJ, the baby. And Sheree was trying to like get Kim Zolciak to drink all these smoothies, and she was using kale and carrots and ginger, and Kim was frowning up her face, and Sheree was doing the plank. It was like, you go, girl. And Kim Zolciak is like Martell's age, like early 40s. Sheree is 10 years older, and she was doing the plank, and Kim Zolciak could hardly do it, baby. Okay, Sheree is fit. Now, Arionne said that she deserves to be happy. She's disgusted that her baby daddy disrespects her the way that he does. So now this is why you do not settle. This is why you do not settle, Arionne. And, it's kind of sad that he even has the title in your life as your baby daddy, not as your husband, not as your fiance, not even as your boyfriend, but your baby daddy. It has just been strictly physical between the two of you. And then you two just, made a baby. It was unprotected. So she is disgusted. And she said, it's like he thinks that I don't deserve to be happy. I'm about to be 32 and I have 2 kids now. So she's having all of these breakthroughs and revelations because she feels rejected. She feels like he dissed her when he went public with Sheree. So now she wants to have all of these revelations. But this should be ongoing in your life. It should not be like you should not have to date a married man who then publicly starts, allegedly dating someone else for you to get all of this, revelation. This should be something that you are constantly working on. When I interviewed Dr. Kit from Love and Marriage Huntsville, Dr. Kit Francis, he said that we should constantly ask ourselves, who am I? That is the question that makes you self-evaluate, write down your goals, journal your feelings. What is bothering you? What do you need to work on? How are you going to get there? And you can tell homegirl Arionne does not do that. She has to date a married ninja who then publicly fake dates another lady for her to have all of this self-review. So it's so late. It's so late. But, hopefully it is sincere. Now, Arionne said that now she is giving Bravo show storylines. Okay, now that is quite the stretch, Arionne. You are not giving anyone on any Bravo show storylines. Technically, if anyone did it, Martell gave Sheree a storyline for season 15 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. But because Arionne, Martell is fake dating Sheree, that has absolutely nothing to do with you. Neither one of them have said that they're in a love triangle with you. None of you have said y'all are doing threesomes or are in a polyamorous relationship. So you're not benefiting Bravo at all. You're not giving Bravo any sort of storyline. But, I think that it's cute and kind of Karen-ish how you're like giving yourself, this much credit to where it's extending to Bravo. No, my dear. Now, Arionne thinks that Sheree and Martell have been intimate. The original Straight No Chaser, she gave her opinion on that first, and Arionne agreed. And I have gone back and forth about this. On one hand, originally I did think, oh yeah, Martell is an F boy, allegedly, and in my opinion. So I feel like he would totally make, Sheree, be down with being intimate with him. And then on the other end, when she went to Huntsville and she went to his house and he hardly acted like he wanted to hug her, then I was thinking maybe they haven't been intimate. Maybe he cannot go there. But when the original Straight No Chaser gave her opinion on that area, I was like, yeah. So she totally thinks that Martell and Sheree have gotten down. And I'm guessing that she's thinking that because she knows Martell and probably his sex drive, or she's thinking about, perhaps how quickly they jumped into bed together, or how it's so important to him, just the physical. So, I thought that was definitely interesting. Now, Arionne said that Martell told her that he can F anyone, and it's not just about Arionne's Pussy, y'all. It is not just about her kitty cat. Arionne, for once, I have to agree with Martell. Not the part that he can do it to anybody, because we know that ain't the case. But the fact that it is not about her kitty cat. Arionne, it's not about your kitty cat. We all got them. We all got them. I have one. It gets wet. It gets warm. And it's good. So-and-so got one. Hers gets wet. Hers gets warm. And it's good. That over there, she got one. Hers gets wet. It gets warm. And it's good. A bunch of us got them, darling. So it's definitely not just about your kitty cat. That's why a woman has to develop all parts of her intellect, her mind, her spirit, how she treats people, her relationship with God, her finances, her being a hard worker, accomplishing things on her own, whether it's home ownership, if that's your thing, or if you want to be well traveled or start your own business. It's important that as a woman, we develop all parts of us and not just see ourselves as holes, HOLES, for a man to stick his thing into. And I feel like, when he said that to her, it didn't really click. So I'm trying to elaborate. If homegirl were to ever watch this video, I'm sure she would think my channel is lame, I guess, but that's totally fine if the likes of Arionne wouldn't be feeling me. But Arionne claims that Knox was potty trained before Sugar Mama. Now, I find this comment to be, first of all, I don't believe it, but I also find it to be unnecessary, disrespectful, and do not involve people's kids. Because then you would not like it if the bloggers who are so comedic in the way that they drag you, if they started bringing up Knox again and his behavior, and especially just in comparison to Martell's other children, then you and your supporters would say that that's going too far to bring up Knox because he's a baby. So don't bring up Sugar Mama. And they are a year apart. Sugar Mama was born in December of 2019. Knox was born in December of 2020. They're a year apart. That is significant, especially for a child's development. So, you just cannot convince us of what you said. And I'm leaving that there. Arionne said that Martell told Arionne that having 5 kids at once is too much. But Martell literally made all 5 of those kids. So Arionne wishes that Martell would get Knox every other week when he has his 4 kids. Then that means that she would only have Knox half of the time, and it would be the same agreement that he has with Melody. But Martell will not agree to that. And I'm guessing it's for a couple of reasons. I'm guessing, he He knows what time it is with Knox's behavior, allegedly. And maybe he doesn't want the kids carrying that info back to Melody, or perhaps he's embarrassed and he doesn't want the M&M kids to see how their brother behaves. I also think that he feels like, when it comes to Ariane, oh no, B, we ain't going through the courts. The judge makes me get these kids half the time. And, Melody thinks she can travel and go on vacations and do her speaking engagements and make her money. I'm not giving that to you as well. I think that's how he thinks also. Just seems like a mean guy. And this is what is so interesting, which is why I had to pull this quote that you see at the bottom. I never thought my life would turn out to be like this. This is when the audio, it turned very interesting, y'all. Arion actually said to the original Straight No Chaser, she insinuated that she needs a break and that her life would change if Martell would get knocks more often. She feels that Martell doesn't want her to thrive. And I just thought that this was so enlightening. Like, it's like she's having all these thoughts about how he treats her. And, I feel like when she was the mistress originally for a very long time, she did not know him. She was just giving him her body. And then now that she's had his kid, and they're in each other's lives now for a very long time at least, now she is starting to process who he is as a human being. And she's like, he doesn't want her to do better and to do well, so he makes sure that she has knocks all the time. And I have to agree with her. I believe that, because I think in his mind he's so controlling and obsessive over Melody. I think that he feels like Melody is able to make so much money and go to all of the speaking engagements, and she's able to package so many of the Seventh Avenue orders because every other week she doesn't have her kids. He thinks very simple mindedly that way. But trust me, Martell, if Melody had full custody of the M&M kids, she would work just as hard, if not harder, every week with packaging those orders and doing those speaking engagements. When she came up to Michigan, she was in Grand Rapids, which is 2.5 hours west of Detroit. The kids were with her, and she posted on her IG stories how everything went smooth. And we all know that Melody is spiritual, and I know she asks God to help her every step of the way. So that's what she would do if she had full custody of the kids. But in his simple mind, he's thinking that his ex-wife is successful and thriving just because he gets the kids half of the time. So he won't do that for Ariane. And again, Martell thinks that he can use his children to try and control the mothers of his children. He is obsessed with control. So Arion in the original Straight No Chaser, they talked about the staging of Sheree and Martell dating, pointing out the fact that there are more photos of Sheree and Martell than there are of Arion and Martell online. That is very interesting because, Ariane, she became his mistress. I believe it was around 2015, 2016, somewhere in there. And the show first premiered like in January of 2019. And then sometime that year, someone tipped off Funky Dineva on who Ariane was. And yes, there are more photos of Sheree and Martell. So that's quite interesting. I think that it shows not to just so much the fake dating, but that he is willing to be public with Sheree, more so than he is with Ariane. But it's definitely clear that Ariane really thought that she and Martell were going to be in a relationship. And then she's saying that, he's just not in love with her. He doesn't take her seriously. And then now she is finally admitting to herself how he treats her. What did you all think of this audio? Please let me know in the comments. I love to interact with you all and I love your feedback. Please hit the like button on this video. It would help my channel so much. And please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit if you have not already done so. I will talk with you all soon and have a good night.